was outraged. It's my private information, and it's being sent to everybody all over the neighborhood.
That was a upset Wisconsin resident talking to local Fox affiliate WITI about a mailer that was sent out by a pro-democratic group that identified the voting history of individuals. They purchased public records and then are sending out mailers to people's neighbors, telling them that they'll know, their neighbors will know whether or not they voted, so they better get out to vote. And this is Power Play coming to you from Waukesha, Wisconsin. Having a great day up here, but certainly tensions are running high. This group, I believe called Greater Wisconsin, is a big part of the news story today as people talk about this mailer. So let's get some perspective on it, and let's talk to our friend Ford O'Connell. He's a Republican strategist. You know him. You see him on Power Play all the time. He's a pretty big deal. But I'd also like to introduce you to Ryan Clayon. He's a Democratic strategist. We have kept him and Ford in hermetically sealed rooms, separate in the Washington Bureau, so there can be no fisticuffs. Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
Doing all right, Chris.
Thanks for having us. Every time that more people vote, that's a great day. And the Republicans who are coming out against this mailer are just unhappy because that means more people are going to vote. And we can see through the voter ID laws that they passed from states all across the country that they don't want people to vote.
No, but Ford, jump in here.
This is nonpartisan, my foot. This is the unions who are concerned about their bread and butter and not having it. This is a Soviet-style intimidation tactic designed to shame people into voting and undermine the tenets of democracy. It is ridiculous. It's not illegal, but it's abhorrent, and I hope that Wisconsin reviews this after this recall election where Scott Walker's going to win.
The reality of what Ford is talking about, if he's so pro-democracy, if he's so pro-voting, then why doesn't he talk to his Republican strategist friends who have been passing voter ID laws around the country that keep 10% of eligible citizens from going to the polls and exercising their right to vote on Election Day? Why doesn't he go talk to them? Because that's actually having an effect on people who want to vote, who cannot vote because they don't have the proper identification that's required by state legislatures and Republican governors, because they don't want to see people vote.
Ford,
because if they can't count on your vote at all, they just don't want you to vote.
Why do you hate democracy so much, Ford?
I don't hate democracy. I want to make sure that the right people vote, and we avoid voter fraud, which obviously Ryan is trying to actually perpetuate here by shaming people into voting. It's not just a miscast ballot. It's the intent of the fear that when this election's over, your neighbors will get even with you. That is the tenet of democracy. One person, one vote, decide whether to vote or not to vote. That's what this is all about, and it's a shame that the Democrats have to resort to these sort of Soviet-style tactics, because right now they're losing, and they know that if this continues, folks like Democratic governors like Jerry Brown in California and Andrew Cuomo in New York, where you have the most unionized state and the highest number of union workers, are going to look very closely at what Scott Walker's doing, because what he's doing is right, and that is
Yeah, I mean,
Ryan,
look, Ford
ahead.
still isn't addressing the question. You know, if there's so much voter fraud, then show me the cases. Show me where it's at. You know, there's more people that get struck by lightning every year. Excuse me.
Gentlemen,
go ahead.
I don't want to get sucked down the rabbit hole on voter fraud. We're not talking about voter fraud. We're talking about this mailer. And Ryan, the question is, certainly everyone would stipulate that this is legal. You can buy these voting records. It certainly can be done. There's no question that it's an expression of free speech. I don't think anybody's saying that. I'm talking about the appropriateness of it. Is this a healthy thing to do? Is it ethically? It's legal, but is it ethically right?
Yeah, well, you know, every time that more people vote, that's healthy for our democracy. And what this has been shown through social scientists, people that work at universities, really smart people have shown that when you send out these mailers, that more people go vote. I don't know why Ford is so opposed to more people voting, but that's the simple fact of why Republicans don't like this, because they know that it means that more people are going to show up to the polling booths on Election Day.
Ryan, all right.
Chris.
So Ford, so the question here, though, is these folks, when they get in to vote, even if they feel pressured by their neighbors, especially if there's organized labor involved, if they feel pressured to go, when they get there, it's still their own choice. They could vote for Walker.
They can vote for Walker, and but I think this whole thing is morally repugnant, because people should want to vote because they want to vote, not because they're being shamed by their neighbors or by some outside organization who decided to post their names for everybody to see. I mean, we all know how this works out. Look, it's legal, it's morally repugnant, and I hope that Wisconsin reviews this situation once this recall election's over.
Gentlemen, we really appreciate you making time to give us a little perspective on it. It's very beautiful up here in Wisconsin, and despite all the rancor, it's a lot of fun. I wish you guys could be with us. Have a great day.
Absolutely,
You too.
Chris.
Thanks for having us. Say goodbye to Scott Walker for us.
They always get a last one in, don't they? And also, Internet, by the way, that is the most uses of the word Soviet in any segment on Internet television in ever.